Wow, that was the most enthusiastic applause set of the night. Thank you so much. All right, I guess it's going to get worse instead of better. That's fine. Guys all checked out on me? That's fine. Whatever. It is what it is. What are you going to do, man? You know, you ever notice it is what it is and never a positive thing, you know? You never hear somebody like, yeah, hey, my kid just got into Harvard. It is what it is, you know? I've been dating this supermodel the last 6 months. It is what it is. Just won $4 million playing the lottery. It is what it is. It's always something horrific, right? Like, I haven't been able to hear anything out of my left ear for 6 weeks now. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, I can't bend my thumb anymore. Yeah, it is what it is. I have no feeling in my left foot. Yeah, it is what it is. Is that funny or is that just stupid? I don't even know. It is what it is. All right, I was at the pharmacy today waiting on a prescription, and there's like a long line. I just happened to be standing in the adult diaper section, and I'm not there yet, but I'm a little closer than I should be, right? And on the package of adult diapers, there's this dude. He's standing there. All he has on is his adult diaper, right? And he's pretty jacked. He's pretty fit, and he's like this. And it's like, are they trying to make adult diapers cool? You know? Because here's what they should name every brand of adult diapers. It is what it is, adult diapers, right? And then just a picture of a guy like this, like, dish. What are you going to do? You guys get through the holidays okay? Everybody all right? Yeah, it's tough getting through the holidays. There's this Christmas song called Baby It's Cold Outside. Remember that song? And they stopped playing it on the radio like 8 years ago because people complained it was too sexually aggressive, or rapey, I think was the term they're using, right? And there's things that happen in cancel culture that I agree with, and there's things that happen in cancel culture where it's like, I think they're doing too much there, and that fell into the, I think they're doing too much there category anyway. So it was Christmas time. I'm hearing all these Christmas songs, and I'm like, oh man, I really missed that song, you know? So I went into YouTube, and I put in Baby It's Cold Outside, and I clicked on the first version that came up, and the first version was the original. It's like from a 1950s movie. And I'm watching, I'm listening to the song, and I'm watching the video, and I got to tell you something, man. That video was one of the rapiest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Very uncomfortable. Let me walk you through it, all right? It starts off innocent enough, right? Woman's over at this guy's apartment. They're sitting on the couch. He has his arm around her, and she's like, I really can't stay. He's like, baby, it's cold outside. She's like, I really can't stay. He's like, baby, it's cold outside. Nothing wrong with that, right? She's saying she wants to leave. He's trying to convince her to stay. No problem with that, right? But then she tries to stand up, and he's holding her down on the couch, and like, hey, man, I think the lady wants to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one thing to try and convince someone to stay. It's another when you're using physical force to make them stay, all right? So she finally gets up, and it wasn't fucking easy, by the way. She finally gets up, right? And she's trying to put her coat and hat on to leave, and as she's trying to put her coat and hat on, he's, like, taking them away from her. Like, hey, man, you know, this actually might be worse than the couch thing right here, you know? I think the lady wants to fucking go, dude. This is not cool, right? So she finally gets her coat and hat on, right? And she starts walking towards the door to leave. And as she's walking towards the door, he's like blocking her path. And you're like, Jesus Christ, you know, it's getting even more uncomfortable, you know? More uncomfortable than you guys are right now. That's how uncomfortable it is, right? And so she finally gets to the door, and you kind of exhale like a sigh of relief. Like, all right, man, you know, she's going to get out of there, you know? And then he blocks the door, and you're like, Jesus Christ. She might need to sing louder, you know? It's like, I really can't stay here in apartment 4A if anybody can hear me. Apartment 4A. Hey, listen, I know it's fucking cold outside, all right? I've been made aware of that. And as uncomfortable as I would be out in the cold, I'd be more comfortable there than I am in apartment 4A. I went from like, I think they're doing too much, like, I think I owe somebody a written apology. I really do. I made a donation to a women's group just so I could go to bed that night. Like, oh, there you go, here you go. Easter was rough. Me and my wife had a big fight right before Easter. It was like a week and a half before Easter. And she goes, I'm not going to be able to look at your family's house on Easter Sunday. I was pissed, you know. I was like, why not? And she goes, well, as you know, that following Wednesday, I got my dance competition. She does ballroom dancing. So she goes, Easter Sunday, I got a 9 o'clock dance class. I got 11 o'clock bikini wax. And then she rattled off 3 or 4 other things she had to do. But I got to be honest with you, I was just stuck on bikini wax. Because here's the thing, like, I'm not very religious. I'm not religious at all, you know. But, like, getting a bikini wax the day you're supposed to be celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ, like, just seems like you're asking for trouble right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Like I said, I'm not very religious, but I'd like to think if there's a heaven, I get to go. I don't know if she's fucking going. I'll be honest, I don't know. I think she's going to go, but she's going to have to go in front of a review board, all right? They're going to be fucking hostile, all right? They're going to be like, yeah, Mrs. Brennan, we have all your information here. You adopted some stray animals. That's nice. You gave some money to some different charities. Let's just cut to the chase. Tell us about Easter Sunday 2025. That's why we're all here. Even I was like, you couldn't get an appointment on Saturday? She goes, Saturday was booked solid. I never seen anything. I'm like, no. Hey, is there some new Easter tradition happening that I don't know about, all right? Are there moms everywhere going, I got Easter Sunday all planned. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the kids to an Easter egg hunt in the morning. That'll be nice, right? And then we're going to go over to the in-laws. We're going to have some turkey and some ham and some deviled eggs. That'll be nice, right? Then we're going to go home, and I'm going to sashay around the bedroom in my new lingerie, showing off my high and tight bikini wax. That's right. Hey, you know what I'm going to resurrect on Easter Sunday? I'm going to resurrect my husband's penis. That's what I'm going to resurrect. That's right. I'm going to bring that thing back from the dead. Bringing it back from the dead. I'm pretty old myself. I don't know how much time I have left, I'll be honest. I was very self-conscious about my gray hair, so whenever it gets to a certain length, I'll just shave my head. It used to look pretty good on me, honestly. I used to look like one of those guys kind of may or may not be a tough guy, but my face has gotten older, more worn, thinner, and now instead of looking like a guy who may or may not be a tough guy, I look like a guy who may or may not have cancer, and that's not really cool, you know? I can hear the waitresses whispering at the restaurant, like, do you think he has it? I don't know. He ate all of his dinner. We are going to buy him dessert. I don't care if we get rid of him. We are buying him dessert. I always take the dessert to go, a couple reasons. One is I don't want to be a dick, Be sitting down there wolfing down my French silk pie, like, can I get a free glass of milk with that? That would be a dick move right there. And the other reason is, I don't know the next time I'll be back at that restaurant. You know what I'm saying? I can be there like 3 weeks later and a different waitress is like, do you think he has it? I was like, oh, no, there's nothing wrong with him at all. No, he was here a couple weeks ago. He wolfed down his French silk pie like a fucking Rottweiler, that guy. I swear to God. No, his wife asked him for a bite. He literally growled at her. He growled at her like a dog. So I remember when you need to be like a badass to have a tattoo. That's how fucking old I am. I need to be like a biker or a Marine or some shit like that, Like, who's that guy's all tatted up? That's Michael Mike. He won the Bronze Star in Vietnam, dude. He's the last guy you want to fuck with, all right? The last guy who messed with him ended up in the emergency room. It's totally different now, right? It's like, who's that guy? He's all tatted up. That's the assistant principal at my kid's middle school, all right? He is the last guy you want to mess with, all right? The last guy who messed with him ended up with a lunch detention, so watch out, all right? I don't like the tattoos on the ladies. I don't know if old-fashioned or sexist or what it is. I don't know how many times I've been leering at a beautiful woman and saw the tattoo and I was like, oh, not for me, I can only imagine how devastated she was, Like, oh my God, that gross old fat guy was staring at me. Now he's not staring at me anymore. Man, I could have got some old man penis tonight if I could have had him laying on top of me, suffocating me with that giant beer belly of his while he's fiddling around trying to get his old man penis to work. Like, no, it's right around the corner. We got this. It's right around it's like having an old car, folks. You know what I'm saying? And like an old car, the only one who knows how to get it started now is the owner, unfortunately. So I could try and walk somebody else through it, but it's a lot of work. It's like, listen, you're going to hit the ignition 3 times, pump the gas twice, turn on the windshield wipers, pop the trunk, and then hit the ignition. It'll start right up. I already did that 6 times. You know what? Just go ahead and go to sleep then. Go ahead and go to sleep, all right? All right, have a great night, everybody. Thank you for coming out and supporting live comedy. Thank you.
Keep it going for Dan.